Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first virtual open house for I Am Art House, along with our first virtual student art exhibition. Thank you all so much for coming, and we're going to dive into this presentation and introductions, and then the end we'll have Q&A if anyone has any questions. But this meeting shouldn't take a full hour. I think it should be a pretty brief meeting. But really glad that you all can join, and we will get started. My name is Joyce Chow. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm the founder of I Am Art House, and I Am Art House is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that supports youth development initiatives and emerging artists globally. And these emerging artists include art educators, and we have several of them here today, which is really exciting, and they will introduce themselves later. So this is our team. Lindsay and Guadalupe, Abigail, Nolan are not able to join us today, but Bousset is here. So Bousset, would you like to share a few words to introduce yourself?
Oh, hi. I'm interior designer and architect. I'm from Istanbul, Turkey. I'm working from remote Delhi and Singapore company, and yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Really
Thank you
glad you could
too.
join us. And hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm great. How are you?
Oh, doing well. Okay. And now we're going to introduce our teaching staff. So part of I Am Art House is educating youth about art and design, and we are really excited to be able to teach virtual classes to students internationally of all ages, from ages 4 to adults. And we will start by going through each slide for the teachers. So we'll start off with Joy.
Hey everyone. Yeah, I'm so glad to meet you guys here. And my name is Joy Zheng, and you can also call me Roy Lee. And I'm basically based in London, and I'm a postgraduate student in Royal College of Art. And my major is visual communication illustration. And basically, I am working on the online art work. Basically, I'm working in an online art school to teach children to painting, and as my part-time job. Yes, because I really hope I can help someone and give someone in any forms of inspiration and help them to release their imagination. And for me, at the same times, when I teaching the children, it's also a learning process for me because I can always learn. I mean, the kids can always teach me a lot. Yes, so I'm everyone. Okay, it's just like what I wrote on my PowerPoint. I think art is a medium that influenced others by finding yourself. And I hope that everyone can find their own treasures on the journey of art. Yeah, that's me. Thank you.
Thank you, Roy. All right, Evan.
Hey, yeah, I'm Evan, and I don't know, the bio is kind of, kind of whatever, but I've never really been one for words, so yeah, it's interesting, it's been really fun to kind of figure out, I guess, what kind of art I like to do. I sort of try it all, but yeah, I'd say honestly, over the course of time, I guess I've figured out that I like just I don't know, sort of, I find that 2D traditional, anything flat on a page, it's just essentially like a blueprint for something three-dimensional. So ultimately, someone asked me like, oh, do you like drawing, painting, or sculpting? I'd be like, I don't know. I feel like something that's a sculpture is pretty much done. It came from a two-dimensional image. You had to sketch it first. So I think 3D is ultimately like for me, the way to go. I don't have much three-dimensional work up here, but I think I my roots starting in the 2D realm was a lot, gave me a lot of practice. So yeah, I don't have too much of that work up here, but essentially, yeah, you know, making art, it's fun. I definitely like traditional work. You know, I think digital is cool. It has its place. It's definitely growing and it's needed. I just think that for me, it's more fun to me, the touch and the feel of all the elements, you know, whether it be charcoal or paint or wax or whatever you're working in. But yeah, I appreciate all the mediums. I don't really have a favorite, but I definitely just, you know, I like things that have some sort of aesthetic significance to them. So don't know how much more to say, but yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Evan. All right, Michelle is not here, but you can see her work here that she has shared with us. She's an illustrator and animator who recently graduated from VCU, and she's also a published illustrator. She's done, I believe, 2 children's books so far, and she's also created an animated short. And I'm just really excited for her to join our team. And next, Marcela. She is from originally Colombia, but she currently is based in Barcelona, Spain. And on April 10th of this year, she had her first virtual solo exhibition, which you can watch on YouTube. And here are a few of her works. She was not able to join us today, but really glad that she'll be also joining the team. Hello, everyone. Okay. Now, Elaina.
Hello. Sorry about the funky lighting. There's power washing going on, so I had to find a room in the house that's far enough away from that it's not so loud.
You're fine.
I would say that acrylic paint is definitely my jam. That is a very fun medium to work with. You can do so much with it. I really like the whimsical nature of art, things that you can take a concept and completely change it. The laws of physics don't apply. There's just so many fun ideas that you can bring to life with art, and that's where I personally find my own connection. But I really enjoy looking at other artists and where it's like if you were able to see the world through somebody else's eyes. That's why I feel looking at everyone's art, and I like to encourage people to enhance the way that they see it and to communicate that to other people. And I think that is what makes me super excited about art and teaching art.
Thank you so much. And would you like to share a bit more about your resin?
Oh yes, so resin is something I've been doing the last few years, and that ties in my love for art with nature. I love spending hiking. Anything outside is amazing. So I started collecting all these plants and preserving them and then encasing them in resin. So I've been making jewelry for the last few years and would love to give an instructional thing on that too. That'd be really interesting.
For sure. Thank you so much, Elaina. All right. So I believe all the artists have introduced themselves. Okay, so like I said earlier, if you would like to watch our past exhibitions, you can watch them on our YouTube channel. And we've had 8 so far and 1 group exhibition, and we plan to have more this year. And so this is now time for us to introduce our fellow friends who are part of international nonprofits. So Thomas Chin, he is not able to join us today, but he is the founder and president of International Youth for a Better World, which is primarily based in Cambodia. Joyce Mute of Melon Mission is based in Africa, and Alexandra Chu, who is joining us today. I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi guys, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. So hi, I'm Alexandra. I'm currently a high school student in New York, and I'm the founder and executive director of MedCreate, which is an international nonprofit organization dedicated to merging the worlds of medicine and creativity.
Thank you so much. Glad you could join us, and it's great to see you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for inviting me.
And also another friend of mine, Jessica Harris. She is the founder and creative director of Empowered Players, based in Virginia. Yeah, we're really excited to work with nonprofit organizations that have similar mission statements to ours. And yeah, it's just really great to be able to help one another and encourage one another as we promote youth development internationally. All right, so now we're transitioning to our student art exhibition. So the artists are not here except our final artist, but I will just share a bit about each artist and their work. So this first piece on the left is actually done by my cousin named Evelyn. She's 6 years old. And the picture on the right is the picture that I taught. So the picture on the right is mine. And it's just been really neat to be able to teach my cousin and her classmates. We've had a lot of fun, especially doing animals in her class. And recently we worked on a 3-dimensional house, which we are still working on. This is a piece from, so the top one is my camera and the bottom is one of my students named Vincent, and we were drawing Martin Luther King Jr. And the picture on the left is by Evan, who is in Evelyn's class. So he's about 5 years old, and we did a duck. Picture on the left was done by one of my students named Anina. And yes, so these pictures are also from my elementary school age group of students. And what makes our art classes really fun is that I will draw and then they'll just, follow my directions, but I give them freedom to just personalize their projects. And they'll ask me, are we using watercolor or color pencil today? And I'm like, it's up to you. Like, I would like you to choose which style, which medium you would like to use, as opposed to everyone has to do acrylic or everyone has to do watercolor. And yeah, it's been really fun for them. The piece on the right is mine that I taught in the class. And then the pieces on the left, top one is by Vincent, and then bottom is by Anina and her sister, Kathleen, on the right bottom. But what I love about Kathleen and Anita's pieces are that they always include their stuffed animals in them. So if you can see, there's a rabbit at the top of Anina's, and then there's like a bird in the bottom right. Yeah, it's just like really sweet because after every class, they always send me their pictures, and it's just really cool to see how creative they are with their work. This piece was done by one of my students named Bella, and she is in middle school and loves acrylic painting. And I'm also teaching her mom right now. We're doing graphite drawings, which is really exciting. And this piece was done by two sisters, Catherine and Josephine. They only had one canvas, so they decided to work together and created this beautiful piece. I wanted them to do their favorite animals and scenery, so they chose butterflies. And yeah, I just love this piece. It's very bright and well done. And finally, this is by Marcela, and I believe she's here. But yeah, she's very talented in drawing, especially digitally, and she is from the Philippines. And that concludes our very first student virtual art exhibition. In the future, I would definitely like to host more of these, but it's just really cool to see the pieces that the students make, and really looking forward to seeing what they create with our art instructors here. And just some final words, some upcoming events. We'll have some solo exhibitions that were originally supposed to be earlier this year, but we had to reschedule them. So Archie, Dieter, Sophia, Kayla. Archie's from India, Dieter's from Germany, Sophia's from the UK, Kayla's from Spain. And we have a lot more artists who will be having exhibitions. And we also hope to have a group exhibition again next year. And if you would like to stay updated with our events and programs, please follow us on Instagram, Facebook. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel or our newsletter. And also there's a picture here that is kind of a preview to a project that we're working on called Art Bookets, which are kind of like art sketchbook kits for kids. And we may do one for adults too. So stay tuned for more updates on that. But that concludes our formal presentation. Does anyone have any questions that they'd like to ask? And if you have any other additional questions, feel free to contact me. I think the easiest way to contact me is actually LinkedIn, but I'm also on most social media platforms as well. So I just want to thank you all so much for coming today, and look forward to connecting and keeping in touch.